I've seen people claiming that both pepper and fasting costs their ulcer, and I understand why they believe that. Because they ate pepper and felt pain, or they fasted and suddenly felt pain. So the conclusion made sense to them, right? But feeling something and understanding what caused it are two different things. Let's talk about what actually causes ulcer. Your stomach has a lining, a protective wall, that shields it from the acid it produces every day. Ulcer happens when something damages that lining. When there is a breach in that wall, the acid in your stomach touches the exposed tissues underneath. That's where the pain comes from. From research, there are two things that damages that lining. The first is a bacteria called Helicobacter pylori, H. pylori for short. H. pylori is a bacteria that lives inside the stomach lining. It burrows in, weakens the protective wall, and creates the condition for ulcer to develop. Almost half of the world population carries this bacteria. Most people get it in childhood through either contaminated food, contaminated water, or even poor sanitation. They carry it for years, sometimes decades, with no symptoms, until the lining is damaged enough for the acid to get through. That is when the pain starts. And that's when people start blaming the pepper they ate last week. The second cause is painkillers, specifically the ones called NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. In plain language, ibuprofen, diclofenac, aspirin. The drugs millions of Nigerians take casually for headache, fever, for body pain, sometimes on an empty stomach. Well, these drugs works by reducing inflammation, but they do it by also reducing the substances that protect your stomach lining. Take them frequently, especially without food, and over time they strip that lining down. That is how the second type of ulcer is created, not by pepper, but by the painkiller you took 3 times last week without eating anything. You see why it looks like everybody has ulcers?